What's going on, Canes fans? Now listen, I want to get something out of the way right now. Winning feels a heck of a lot better than losing. Let me tell you, I'm so happy that this reaction video does not have to be me just ranting about why this happened and how we could have done this differently. Winning feels so much better than losing. Now, I also want to go ahead and get out of the way that does this mean Miami is back? Does this mean that we're such a better football team now after this game? No, Miami is not back. There's still so many more things that we need to improve on and get better at. But I just want to say that, again, winning does feel a lot better than losing. And I think that everyone can pretty much agree on that. I had a lot of people in the live stream telling me, Coop, why are you celebrating? I'll take the dub any day. And before we dive into my reaction video, I do want to let you guys know that my join button that I've been mentioning that's down below was never there for Apple users. So if you want to become a member of the Canes fam and get a U beside your name and also get access to special emotes in the live streams and in the comment section and stuff, I added a link in the description for Apple users. So Android users and PC users, you guys still see the join button beside the subscribe button. Apple users, you can just click the link in the description and join up there. It does cost money per month, but it directly supports the channel. But it's 100% optional. You do not have to do it. But there are some perks that come with it. So I appreciate the support and the love, guys. So let's dive into this a little bit. Bethune-Cookman versus Miami. Miami holds on to the shutout, which was important to me. Defending the Rock 63-0. Now, this is my initial quick reaction. So I do have some stats down in front of me, but I'm sure I'm going to miss some things. The game just happened. I'm talking, I hit in stream 5 to 10 minutes ago. Now I'm recording this. So let's talk about it a little bit. Just my initial takeaways. Again, the game just ended. Jarren Williams played pretty well in this game. 19 of 24 for 254 yards, and he threw 3 touchdown passes. The thing that surprised me the most at the quarterback position was the fact that N'Kosi Perry came in this game. Now, some of you weren't surprised, and that's okay. I was wrong on my opinion. I thought that it would be more important to leave Jarren Williams in and let him continue to get reps and just continue to get experience. But N'Kosi Perry did come in. He was 7 of 10 for 79 yards and 1 touchdown pass. So I would like to see you guys maybe talk about those two a little bit because we did get to see N'Kosi Perry play again. He looked fine as far as I'm concerned. Now, it was really good with Jarren Williams to get to see a couple more deep balls. Finally, we've all been asking for that and wanting to see it. His deep balls still do need some work, I think. I know he hit the real deep pass to, I believe, Pope. But I still think even that pass, if he would have hit him in stride, and hear me out, this is nitpicking. I know it was a really long pass, but that could have potentially been a touchdown. I'll have to go back and rewatch it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it could have been. Total yards on the day for Miami, 590. The Miami defense held Bethune-Cookman to just a little over, I think, 137 yards, or maybe right at 137. Passing on the day, Miami had 333 yards, rushing 257. Third down conversions, 4 of 9. Miami did have 0 turnovers, which is good to see. Pope really had a good day today for the wide receivers. 3 receptions for 92 yards. Using him, I believe, on a couple of end arounds, at least one. Pope wants to play. He's ready to play, and I think we need to see more from him. And not from him, we need to see more of him. They need to use him more in the game. Taking a look at the running backs, DJ Dallas balling out as usual. 12 carries for 108 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cameron Harris looked pretty good as well. We got to see Burns. People have been calling for Burns. We got to see him. That man is a beast. That's a big dude. And he picked up some carries as well. Honestly, kind of one of the highlights of the game. It's kind of funny, but also, you know, a highlight and a really cool moment to see was Jimmy Murphy got some carries. This dude is like, he's 5'7", I'm pretty sure. So he's literally an inch taller than Coop, and I'm a pretty short dude. Jimmy Murphy got some carries, and when he scored that touchdown, some of you may not even know Jimmy Murphy's name. When he scored that touchdown, that moment was so big for him. Let me tell you, he turned a front flip on the field. Now, I do Listen, I'm all for celebrating. I wish we wouldn't have got the penalty on it, but that had been building up in him for a while, okay? He was so ready to celebrate. He rocked those touchdown rings. He ran to the sideline. Where are they? Where are they? He was looking for them. The Miami players, were picking him up. It was really awesome to see that because Jimmy Murphy is a guy that, let's be honest, he's not going to play at the next level. And he really wants to give his all for the U. And wearing the U on his chest means something to this guy. And those are the types of players that I want to see us recruiting and getting in the future are guys like Jimmy Murphy, guys that are willing to leave it all on the field. So it felt really good to see him get that touchdown and to see him so excited. And we all knew going into this game, let's be real, Bethune-Cookman, that a lot of guys were going to get touches, and it's good to see it. That was really the point of this game, and we discussed it in the live stream that I held the night before. This game was about improvement. It gave our team an opportunity to try new things that we haven't tried yet, both on offense and defense. And it gave guys an opportunity that have not received snaps this season to get some snaps and maybe see how they respond being in a game situation, because practice is one thing. It's totally different in a game. Some guys perform really well in practice, don't perform that well in games. So we got to see some guys get some touches and some carries we haven't seen yet this season. And some of them looked pretty promising. Martell is still being used occasionally in some packages. It didn't really have a huge impact in this game, but he is still getting some play time at the slot wide receiver position, and that's fine with me. If he fights and earns that play time, then so be it. Robert Knowles, number 20. A lot of people are familiar with the name and number. A lot of people calling for his head, don't want to see him on the field. He did get to rock the turnover chain tonight against Bethune-Cookman. Now, I don't think he caused the fumble. I'll have to go back and watch it, but I do know he recovered the fumble regardless. So he did get to rock the turnover chain. That was really cool to see because that's another guy who is a Miami Hurricane through and through. Is he the absolute best football player this program has ever seen? Absolutely not. But the man takes this U serious and continues to fight and want to play and get better. So that was really good to see. Again, we did what we expected to do. 63-0. We should expect that in a game like this. I want to make it known real quick one more time. Miami is not back because of this game. This does not mean that we're going undefeated the rest of the season because we beat Bethune-Cookman 63-0. We are still starting way too slow in the first quarter. Why does it take our offense so long to get things going? I watch so many other teams in college football just take off from their very first possession of the game. We had this discussion in the live stream. When was the last time that Miami scored on their first possession of the game? Now, maybe some of you guys that really know stats will come in and be like, oh, that happened this game not that long ago. But it feels like it's been forever. Okay? At the very least, we're not doing it consistently. We have to start faster. We have to come out hungry. We have to come out looking like we know what we're doing, especially on offense in the first quarter. What I'm actually going to start doing in the streams, we hold up fours. Have people put fours in the chat. We're going to start holding up ones, and we're going to start putting ones in the chat because this team has got to be better in the first quarter. Baxa missed another field goal. I think it's mental with Baxa. We've seen him hit a 50-yard field goal. He hit one in the last game. I really don't think he's that bad of a kicker. People still disagree with me. They bring up his high school stats. I get it. But I'm talking about leg strength. I think he's got it. I think a lot of it's here. I think it's mental. When you watch his body language, when you look at the way he acts on the sideline, he doesn't really look pumped. He doesn't look confident. Something needs to change there with Baxa. I don't know what it is, but something's got to change. It was good to see us take the one turnover that we had and turn it into points. I know, again, that it's Bethune-Cookman, but that's just something we've been struggling with for the last few seasons, and we've got to continue to get better at. And this is what I just talked about. These are things we need to get better at, and this gave us an opportunity to try to start on that and to try to improve on those things. So I was happy to see us, again, take a turnover and create some points off of it. 7 points especially, not just 3. You've got to take some small positives from this. You've also got to look at the negatives. And we've got to just say, let's, as a football team, get better. Let's watch the tape. Let's see the things that we did do right, things maybe that we changed, that we tried, that was a test in this game that worked really well. There were a lot of end arounds in this game. That seemed to work pretty well. Maybe we should try a little bit more of that in the next game, see if it continues to work well. But at the end of the day, we took care of business, and that's to be expected. These type of games should always be blowouts for this program, period. And my man, Louis Headley, finally, it feels so good to have a kicker who can actually pin opponents deep and inside the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line. It feels good, and I'm all for that rugby-style punt that he does. When I talked to him and interviewed him, it's been like a year ago, I asked him, what do you prefer? And he's like, man, if I can do that rugby-style kick, that's my favorite. And he showed that he's really good at it. He pinned Bethune-Cookman several times. It feels good to finally have a good punter. And I'm telling you guys, don't underestimate the play of special teams. Look what our kick game has done to us in these last 2 games. That's going to be it for me. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Even if I don't respond to them, trust me, I read every single one of them. Let's talk about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. And let's just talk about where this program is. And again, now that we've got another game under our belt, kind of what we're seeing in the future. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Remember, we are all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out.